Hello, salutations, what it do? Sadot the gamer, all father, durag gang, know the vibe, black grab, get it. What's up, Aqua Shill? Shout out to Fan Dominion. Check them out. You want to support the channel? Links under the description. If you want any and all merch. Prize stream. No gyros today. We'll see about that. How's everybody doing? So, realized the red room is about to end in like 3 days. And I'm like, I'm gonna see if I get that targeted buff. What's up, Android? Doing good. How you doing, Omar? The red room never showed up on your war table. I mean, you can get the Surge gear the old-fashioned way. Try to play Monica. Try to play the once per day Tachyon Rift for multiplayer. Going on. Yeah, it is crazy that every time the red room has come back 4 times, and every time some people can't play it, either because enemies aren't spawning or freaking it literally won't show up on the map. Like, it's crazy. What's up, Luis? So, Mr. Hogan, how's everybody doing? How's your Spider-Man build? So good? Because unfortunately, range in this game is very, very unbalanced. Playing Monica for weeks. Yeah, the chances of getting it from Monica are very low. That's why you need
Screw the rules.
an event like this. But hey, Ninja Watcher coming through with the 20. What's a god roll? I'll show you exactly what a god roll is. Appreciate you, my friend. So, in the context of the Red Room event, this is a god roll. You make a build. I actually do have a Spider-Man build on my channel for that build. Pretty sure I did the range build. I gotta update it though, because I might do a new one. Because my Spider-Man build is 165 now. And I got some new heat on it. So I might do something. So this is a Tachyon Surge God Roll. I got this the last time the Red Room event came back on Hawkeye. You see you got the nice Valor precision stat, which is what I'm looking for. I would prefer 3 stats, obviously. But most importantly, targeted buff is the big thing. 33% chance hitting an enemy with a ranged crit grants 8 damage. That is the god roll. That's what you're looking for. So this is my current Spider-Man build. I usually run. This is why I usually run raids with. Unfortunately, this piece is bugged because my build is based around status effects with the drone. But if I use this piece from the raid, I don't get the status effect with the drone. It's supposed to be giving me, at the bare minimum, Sonic, because I have Sonic on here. But I also have Vibranium on here, so technically it should be giving me both. But it's giving me neither. That's the bug. So, Bobo, my Hawk build is this is my current Hawk build. It's just a regular Valor build. I got 1 raid piece on it. I got my Tachyon Surge. Reactive buff. Pretty much the same as the build I already have on my channel. I just put through in a Cosmic Infinity. Hey, cute little chaos kitty. Thank you for coming through. Definitely support Kitty, a fellow Mars Adventures content creator. Is War Machine coming? Probably not. I'm pretty sure he was canceled, but if they decide that they want to, you know, get an extra character in there, they did create his character model already. Chill for life, yes sir. Is there Chill gang? Chill gang, stand up. Yeah, Kitty, you can usually find Kitty. You could usually find her on Twitch, but she will come over to YouTube, show support. Appreciate it. Try to get a guy roll for Kate. Hope you have as much luck as I had with Hawkeye. I got 2 of them Jones on Hawkeye. Let's see. All right, so I gotta do like 4 assignment and then all the other stuff. All right, so literally almost done this assignment. And this. All right, so all I have to do for this assignment is Red Room on challenge. Red Room 401. All right, cool. Where's Does anyone else noticing that Vibranium doesn't work on Black Panther's claw strike during the pounce? Yeah, those they count as power attack. You need Vibranium on power attack. Best way to grind units. Unfortunately, all right. So, I mean, fortunately, right now the current best way to grind units is the most boring way, which is just load up a vault mission on challenge 4 and literally just fly around opening chests. Unfortunately, that's literally it. But with the March update that they're dropping, they're going to start giving out the units as a reward for in-game activities. So don't worry, you're gonna be getting more units soon. But yeah, for now, down pretty bad. Am I rating today? Depends on whether or not I get that piece. I'm determined to get that God roll. How you doing, Big B? Yeah, it sucks. If you're, the one thing I do recommend if you're unit farming, obviously use a flying character or a Spider-Man. It'll go by faster because you're literally just going from chest to chest. So I got Tachyon's house, trash. Think the roadmap's coming in March. I think there's assuming it doesn't get delayed again, it should. Iron Man with the speed boost for flight. Yep. Pop your intrinsic. Pop your support heroic. Speed boost. I think Spider-Man might be faster though. I got test. He might be faster than boosted. See this one. Defeat flying enemies with melee attack. Defeat 7 or more enemies in a single wave with power or stick attack. I can probably do that. You're an elite? Alright. Say less. You don't know you don't have Spider. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're not a PlayStation player. Still so weird that they did that deal. Like even without the benefit of hindsight, it was a weird deal. Probably just power attack. That one. Get out flying enemies. But you love Spider-Man. It was sure, yeah, it was 100% detrimental to the game. Like clearly it was too far along in the development process to do something like that. In addition to the fact that you're selling a multi-platform game, and then you announce that your biggest DLC is freaking going to be limited to only one platform. I did not understand that at the time. So Jay's saying you're straight up not getting Vibranium on Fountain, even if you have a gear piece that says Vibranium on power attack. I can test that, see if it's working on mine. If I made any progress on that at all. Not at all. Beat 7 or more enemies in a single wave with power or single. That might yes, and it's Sadot. Might have used that one with Hawkeye. They'll give CD credit. They fixed Fireman's health on takedown. They did, but his raid gear is still bugged. Web status still don't work on bosses. But, progress. Do I even have Vibranium? Here it is. Melee power attack. Reese, Discord is members only. You are more than welcome to become a member, join the channel. But it is exclusive channel. All right, let's see. So we want Vibranium on all the hits. Does it on definitely does it on initial counts, but doesn't look like it's doing that much on the claw portion. Hard to tell if they're dying really fast. But it doesn't look like it's feeling that much. Yeah, that last claw strike seems to be on the initial count and the last strike. Probably only applying with last also finishers. Yeah. It looks like it's mainly just procking off of that initial pounce. Only powers. Of a Black King. You're welcome. Beta testing is what we're here for. See, did I make any progress on that? Definitely not. You're the only one left. Freeze. Looks like it froze. I gotta do 2 more assignments in order to get the exotic. Well, to the enemies, not doing that. Sub Jesus. So I'll focus on these. Collect memory fragments in challenge room and defeat enemies rank 2. How you doing, Joey? How's your Sunday? Make sure you spam up that like button for me real quick. Anything new with the game except skins? Not since the last update on Thursday about the changes they're making to matchmaking. We're basically just waiting for that patch in March whenever it drops. And obviously a roadmap announcement would be nice. Good. Had a bit of a headache. I was just lying around watching a little anime. I was like, you know what? I feel like farming some red room since the event's almost over. I was like, well, I might as well stream it. Aqua download Avengers. Aqua never left. He claims he's only downloading it because he wants to do Doom Killer HD's Secret War Part 2. But we know the truth. Aqua loves Marvel's Avengers. So y'all try it. I'm surprised you don't have that piece for Kate. Probably just didn't feel like farming it. I know I don't. What character? Thor. Just fell in the lava again. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm definitely gonna need the luck. I got pretty lucky with Hawkeye, but Thor was not as lucky. I ended up getting proficient buff instead of targeted. Am I doing the range slot, the lower level? No. I tried that before and it did not work. So I'm just doing the good old backup save. How is my Thor doing so much damage? He is 168 power level. And also have damage buff and tachyon surge on this Thor. You got the scoring battle armor with no precision and valor. Sheesh. I'm trying to replace this with the targeted buff if I can get it. So it's just in animations. What it do? Defeat enemies with any kind of range attacks. Looks like they did not count any of my range attacks. Hope that one isn't bugged too. That would be annoying. Defeat Reapers. It 100% works. No, it doesn't. Trix even said it in his own video. It does not 100% work. It would be nice if it was one of those 100% methods, but it is not. It does not work on for everybody, unfortunately. Join Forbidden West. I love Forbidden West. I'm having the best time playing Forbidden West. I've been mainly streaming it over on Twitch. Our damage buffs for defeating enemies. Legendary damage buffs for defeating enemies are on everything except maybe blues. I've seen them on everything. I've seen them on purples. I've seen it on legendaries. You guys can go. Need help to get Black Panther and Kate Bishop to max power. I still have my video on my under my Marvel's Avengers guide on the fastest way to level up. It's going to be, if you meet now, to get the max power, it's a little different than it was before. Max power used to be 150. Now max power is 175. And there's currently no way to get to max 175 without cheating. But if you're trying to just increase your power level to 150 really fast, then same methods as always. You open chests on, run around opening chests on thank you the Kai for the sub. Welcome to Right Gang. It's the exact same thing mainly. You do a mission like Day of Remains, or you do like the Snowy Tundra Vault. You open the chest, you get the gear, you dismantle the gear, rinse and repeat. You're basically just auto equipping the best gear and dismantling the old gear over and over again. You could also buy gear with a fragment from the gear vendors. Each outpost has gear vendors. You can buy gear here at your vendors, which are higher power level than you, and you just equip that. That'll speed things along a bit. But that's what you're mainly doing. Opening chests until you get all the way to 140. Once your gear is the average 140 and you get your major artifact, you'll be plus 10, you'll be 150. Then to get beyond 150, that's where things are a bit different. You want to go beyond 150. Now you got to play the Omega level threat family reunion, and you got to play the raid. Those are the only missions currently that give you gear that will take you past 150. And the elite raid is the only thing that'll take you past 160 once you get there. What's up, Kofi? Superman, how you doing? Are they ever going to change Last Avenger standing? Change in what way? There are different changes that people want, and some of them might get implemented, but it depends on exactly what you mean. The enemy's range attacks. All right, got it. Now I just need to collect memory fragment from Red Room Challenge. Yeah, unfortunately, it's very, very restrictive. I understand. I kind of understand them being like, okay, we want you to play these in-game activities to increase your power level. But I feel like they kind of took it too far. Like, because once you hit elite, there's even less reason to play the game. Like the logic Alex gave for why they're time gating so much is basically because they think that we need to have something to chase. So people are going to bounce if they have access to all the stuff. But then it's like, well, because of the way you structured progression now, there's no reason to play most of the content in the game once you hit 160. Because you can only play the elite raid at that point. Everything else point. What's up, raid, right? What's up, dog gaming? Can you explain the new upgrading system? See if I still have it here. Read this real quick. There we go. Quick 1 minute video on using the new system. Once you hit one, if you're trying to get beyond 160, of course, if you're trying to get past 150, of course, you once again have to play the Omega level threat or the raid. That's the only way to get gear that'll get you past 150 currently in the game. The Wind Chief, chilling. What's going on? Hoping the RNG gods bless me on this fine day with a god roll. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. There we go. What's up, Divine Shine? You think you should get a guy roll with Spider-Man? Depends on what your in-game strategy is. What's a guy like that doing in the Red Room? Trying to get a god-like piece. So if you're gonna, so the problem with the Tachyon gear is that you can only get cosmic on it. If you're planning on playing the raid with Spider-Man, for example, then and you want to keep that piece, you're not going to be able to do damage to the enemies that are resistant to everything except Vibranium. If you're going to be a ranged Spider-Man, so you're going to need to farm the raid and hopefully get this. Currently, it is most effective on Thor, but it's definitely good on any ranged character. Get that Vibranium payload. But I mainly right now I have it on a Hawkeye, and I'm trying to get a better version. Can you get the exact? That's what I'm trying to get today. Ability. I already have it on Hawkeye. I'm trying to get it for Thor. I just gotta do enough of the assignment. Then the fun begins. He's gonna wait till you got the 175 to use the minor artifact. Just go Valor. Die before I hit you. You want to get a guy rolls the red room. Put the piece you want the guy roll with lower than the others. Yeah, I tried that last time. Fortunately, it did not work for me. I got excited when I saw that tricks video too, but I was like, oh, doesn't work for me. Oh well. Cosmic Scourges work for you for putting a resolve minor artifact. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with a resolve minor artifact. Maybe you need more proficiency so that it procs more often. But you can always just use what I'm doing. Just get that Jarvis barrier. It's always effective. Or a defense buff. Superman. Oh, when I saw your question, you asked about increasing power level with the new system. That is how to do the power level with the new system. All of that is part of the upgrading. The gear, the stats of the gear goes up when you increase the power level. Well, at least it's supposed to. Sometimes for certain gear it doesn't, but when you increase but for me at least, mostly when you increase the power level of the gear after the new update, the stats increase as well. How do you vault people on PS5? It should be the same on everything, but I never bother learning how to vault. I never bothered doing the vault one. But you're supposed to just run at the enemy and press circle. Yeah, all the current units cheese has been patched, as far as I know. Well, except one. there's one is one glitch units related that hasn't been patched yet, but it's not a glitch that gets you units. It's just a glitch that lets you get the specialty items from the shipment without really paying. Just hold and circle. Hold it. Just a hold of the circle. This seems like the gear itself doesn't get stronger, just the power level goes up. Nope, it does. You may have a bug, but from my experience, the stats do indeed go up. The higher the power level. When I got this Jarvis barrier piece, the precision and resolve were not in the set, and now they are. So the higher the power level of the gear, the higher the stat increase is going to be when it's working properly, of course. All right, so I gotta do one more red room assignment. Then it's just collecting memory fragments, knocking enemies in the lava, and just defeating enemies. Maybe it's an Xbox problem. Could be. I've heard report of it being bugged before. So it's very much possible. But when it's working correctly, your stats are supposed to go up as you increase your power level. But flying. Yeah, Aqua's running a raid. Probably is. Reload the checkpoint. Reload the checkpoint. The best feature in Marvel's Avengers. Reloading that checkpoint. How close? Oh, good. Only 7 more. We are rolling. Seven more, then we gotta farm the other one. Let me check something quick. The same cat stats on the gear. All I did was change power level. I know what you mean, but I'm just telling you, the stats do go up when it's working correctly. It's just that nobody, just that sometimes for some people it's not working. Who is this desperate incel that keeps spamming? I don't even know how it's even getting through the Nightbot. The almost got it. Oh, only 2 more. Nice. My only one that feels that we should get a hero card reset expansion. They should definitely be doing something with the hero card. Like they tried to do, I don't know what they were trying to do. Like they wanted to have a battle pass system, but not fully commit to a battle pass system. They ended up just doing the whole challenge card thing. I'm like, okay, are you just going to leave it just every month? just nothing's gonna, you're not going to reset it monthly. It's just gonna stay, you know, once you're done, you're done. I feel like that's a missed opportunity, not just for player engagement, but for revenue. Like they could be making money. They could be making money with these challenge cards if they did something with them monthly. They could be, you know, expanding, giving people more reason to play every day or whatever, like, or at least keep coming back more often. Like, but they're just sitting there. Gotcha. Enjoy that lifetime ban, homie. How do you get upgrades? How you upgrade your heroes to 175 fast? You cannot. Unfortunately, the method The method for getting to 175 fast has patched. Everything is time gated. Thank you, Sage and Blizzard and Blaz for the sub. Welcome to Rad Gang. Because currently the only way to get past 150 is to play the Omega level threat and the raid. But you only get gear that increases your power level from those activities once per week per character. So you have to do that every week with your character. And then once you hit the 160, then you have to do the elite raid. But once again, the elite raid once per week per character, you get the pieces of gear that take you beyond 160. You can't, at that point, you can't do the OOT or the raid. You can only do the elite raid once you hit 160. So it's going to take a lot longer to get 175. Before the patch, you could get around the time gate. Now you can't. Which sucks if you can't find a team, because those are multiplayer only activities. But that is unfortunately how it is. And currently no plans that I know of to change that. I'm gonna be a little careful from here on out. Making sure that I get all my collectibles. But I gotta make sure I time it correctly. Just slots 2 and 3 are only gonna, slots 2 and 3 are higher power level. You're only gonna get 1 and 4. The enemies, got it. Knock enemies into the lava. Need to knock the enemies into the lava out killing before they get. right, let's go back in. I think I'm just gonna shove them in with Kamala. Just gonna shove them in the lava with Kamala. Or I could just throw them in with Hawk, I guess. I could just push them in with Kamala. Resetting the cards is a good idea. If they did, people would complain that the rewards between the cards are worth $10 purchase. So the thing is, you can't control what people complain about. I think the best thing would be to come up with some kind of a monthly reset for the challenge card so that they're more closely resemble a normal battle pass in like the different games. But, you know, make sure it's actually, you know, valuable. You know, give people work, give people a reason. And that's the thing. The challenge cards themselves are still, you know, you can still earn everything on there. Or you can still earn most of the stuff on there for free. Thank you, Desmond, for the sub. I wouldn't do that again. Like if you're just patient, you can get the high end skin. So if they just reset it every month, or just they just added stuff to it every month. You know, a new chase item. Literally just reset it. Like add some new stuff that they can activate by paying 1,000 credits, and then have a new chase item at the end that they can earn for free or buy outright. You just do that every time. Literally added prestige system. Yeah, like it's not they don't have to reinvent the wheel here. It's just a battle pass system. Just don't have it sitting there collecting dust. You know? Damn it. I have to literally just grab them and throw them in. I have to literally just punch them in. There you go. There you go. Get in that lava. Get in there. Where's the roadmap? Same place it's been. Not released. At least they confirmed they're still working on it, but yeah. Nothing really to be done about it. When it's finished and Square Enix approves it, they will tell us. Oh, he died too fast. Guess the big draw would be unit. Credit, 3 colors. They could have like units, like one really good comic accurate skin. Something like that. Supposed to release December 2021. Yeah. And Square Enix probably was like, well, not so fast. I'm guessing from what I'm hearing, the apart from, you know, needing approval, they're trying to make sure that they can actually keep up. They can actually have the stuff on the roadmap be like on the roadmap, like actually be there with like dates they can keep. They don't want to have stuff on the roadmap with vague time frames that will end up getting pushed back. So they're trying to make sure that when they do release the roadmap, it's not going to just be people like, oh, what does fall mean? You know, what does beyond mean? You know, is this going to get delayed? They want to be able to actually get the stuff out rather than, you know, summer and beyond. Yeah, it's like summer and beyond, ain't it? I'm just going to cheese Kamala, push 50 enemies into the lava real quick. And then the real cheese can begin. By playing Gran Turismo 7, highly unlikely. I've not played a racing game since I was a child. My Hawk is going to kill everybody. Is my problem. That's my problem with the Hawk. He's literally going to kill everybody. Am I excited for Tiny Tina's? I'm hearing good things. Looks interesting. You're excited for Cyber 2, Ghost of Tsushima 2. I believe that's currently unannounced. Don't give people hope. Do I have a Kamala build video? I have never made a Kamala build video in my career. I was never that into Kamala. Like, I leveled her up last. But I gained a new appreciation for her when I started running the raid. But by then I wasn't really making build videos because I was trying to wait till I get characters to 175. But she is very powerful and very easy to build. Get in this lava. That's Kamal, you seen the genius button? Same. Does the hand crush cheese move for the super adaptoid? Yep, still works. You can still solo the super adaptoid with Kamala. Just squeeze. Not gonna be techno lava. 331. Kamala strangles people trying to do their job. Let me try Captain America. Get a new level. For AIM employees. For AIM employees. AIM employees are fascists. Unsurprising, Aqua's taking their side. In that lava, boy. Back to Rich. Don't pretend you're on our side, Aqua. I know the truth. That is so satisfying. That's another big problem with the game's combat. Just saw I did the running kick and he literally just stood there. Not gonna knock the Exo into the lava like that. Don't you feel like a superhero when you kick someone that don't even flinch back? And not even like a, not like it was an adaptoid. It's just a dude with a gun and a teleportation pack. Get over here. Get in there. I got it. Knocked everybody into the techno lobby. What's a good game CD has created? One of the Tomb Raiders, I assume. One of those games I heard were good. Good. You're in the helicarrier? Why are you in the helicarrier? All right, so literally all I have to do now is collect memory fragment, and we're good to. The true farming is about to begin. You're looking for the non-existent red room in your helicarrier. Did you try reloading the checkpoint? That usually fixes everything. Did you put cryo on? Here, cryo could help. Okay, now we got, the stage is set. We're at 52 memory fragments. I got a monitor. You're looking at some MCU clips of Bucky. There's really a lot CD can do with the character. I'm good. Yeah, they usually nail the character. I'm not generally concerned about that aspect. They do a pretty good job. All right, let's collect some memory fragments. Any news on leveling on our path to power? Beyond the elite raid? Nope. Players are still pushing for it. They still have no plans of actually doing anything about it. I'll keep you posted though. But so right now, players are in the VIP Discord are pushing for them to just remove the time gating. And they're like, well, we can't remove all the time gating because this is a looter and the players need something to chase. And if the players don't have anything to chase, then like the greedy little fat children that we are, we're just going to fill up on our characters and then just stop playing. I feel like an obvious compromise would be to at least make it so that the normal raid and the Omega level threat got you past 160 up to 175 as well. That just makes sense. Like that way you could still play the elite raid if you want to get the elite gear. But if you just want to get the 175, you can just play the raid and the OLT. That makes more sense to me as a compromise. And on top of that, be like, okay, also the Mega Hive gets you up to 160. That seems like the most obvious compromise. Mega Hive gets you up to 160. That way you can play it's a path to 160 that applies to solo players as well as people who want to do multiplayer. And it's easier. And then if you want to get to 175, you can do the normal raid, the elite raid, or the Omega level threat. That seems like the most logical compromise. So that got me 140 more. Hello, Leonardo. Spider-Man gameplay. What about it? You're trying to get the Ring of Nebelung. You have to sit on the throne. Oh, wait, what? You're trying to get the ring artifact and you have to sit on the throne as Black Panther. You mean are you trying to get the ring artifact or are you trying to get Black Panther's King T'Challa skin? I'm confused. The elite raid sucked. Kind of see why they made the elite raid only grindable. Okay, well the ring you just unlock normally. You gotta think the I think every artifact, every major artifact, at least the original ones, like Ring, all you, are pretty straightforward. You just have to actually finish the main campaign and the reigning supreme mission chain that comes afterward. Any iconic mission. I think the ring does the ring come from, trying to remember if the ring comes from the reigning supreme mission chain or the or the reassemble campaign. It's been a while. I'm surprised. Well, actually, I'm not surprised. It does work. But yeah, when Wakanda first came out, it was a known bug with the whole Black Panther sitting on a throne thing. I believe the workaround is you have to access the throne room by actually going back into the campaign. Like literally go to the Wakanda campaign and just load into the throne Wakanda that way. And it should work. Reassemble, Lethal Will, and Tactagon. Yeah, so if it's not, so if you don't get it from the Reassemble campaign, then you have to do the Reigning Supreme mission thing. That gets you pretty much all the that gets you pretty much every artifact that matters, except for the Void Tech transponder, which you have to get from Hawkeye. Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West. What about it? I play it on when I'm on Twitch. That's where I've been streaming it, but I haven't been playing it on YouTube. Remember they nerfed the corruptive vibrate. Yeah, they nerfed a lot when Warfare kind of came out. They had a couple good. It has a couple good cheeses. You had Nahanda's armor, which made your Black Panther super OP in terms of damage. They nerfed that, of course. Then they had, the corruptive vibranium farm, where you could just destroy the corruptive vibranium, reload the checkpoint, and just keep, and you would be able to keep getting the gear. The super fun farm. And they was like, nope, can't have people playing this game every day. Stop that. How dare you have fun? How dare you farm in a looter? Billy Rabbit. Okay, officially to get the Ring of Nebulon, you have to do the iconic mission chains. So after you do after the reassemble campaign, rating everything else should be unlocked. Rating Supreme mission chain. You got to look for the hero's individual iconic mission chains. That would include like Thor and the whole Loki thing, and that should get you the ring. Trying to think, combat isn't that good. Every character has one move that adjusts the spirit to every other move in their kit. Yeah, the best part of the combat in this game is the fact that they made each hero feel unique. You've done them all. You have gotten a ring. Is the Spider-Man Homecoming skin in the game? Yes, it is. Came out on Thursday. Done them all. You haven't got the ring. I don't know what to tell you then. Is that a new bug or something? How much did you by all of it? Do you mean you did all the iconic the iconic missions, or did you do the Reigning Supreme? Because you have to do the Reigning Supreme as well. You can't skip the Reigning Supreme mission chain. You have to do, I think, most of it, and you have to do the iconic mission stuff. Unfortunately, you can't skip around. You need to unlock the Reigning Supreme. Then you have to do most. I think you have to do up the step. They have to do step of the Reigning Supreme mission chain. Yeah. All right, 174 of 200. They sure are stingy with those fragments. Every Thor just spams that spin hammer move or hammer throw. I mean, yeah, it's the most efficient way to play. I'm not trying to put on a combo exhibition. Trying to farm gear. But I get your point. That's the nature of a superhero game, though. They wanted the heroes to be unique and powerful, and you're not going to have a Sifu interaction between Thor and a regular enemy. Thor. You have the option to do other stuff. but it's like, you know, how much of a challenging interaction do you want between Thor and regular humans? Where I think Thor, Hulk, those characters are fine. I think the street level heroes, that's where I think the melee combat needs a significant improvement, because those are the characters that are supposed to be doing, you know, the cool combos and everything. But because of the way they design the enemies and damage, it's not worth it. What's up, Dread? Like, you have all these enemies are immune to stagger. They have overshields. You know, melee characters can't do the same amount of damage by utilizing the battery effect because of the limitations put on gear. So you're heavily incentivized to just, you know, spam melee or spam heroics, stuff like that. Paul, thank you. Like, I could try to do combos on the fire adaptoid, but he has a passive shield. So if I do a non-power attack, he's just gonna stare at me. Could I do a Black Panther update? I could, but I haven't updated the build since my last raid run. The She-Hulk all combat? I don't know what that means. The Panther is like 137. Oh, keep grinding. I have not really touched Black Panther since Spider-Man came out. I played him once for the raid, you know, for the culture. Daryl, can you get grips to the storm? That is currently what I'm doing this stream. I have it on Hawkeye. I'm trying to get the God roll grip to the storm for my Thor, because I currently have the version with efficient buff. I want the version with target buff. $185. Let me save real quick because we're getting pretty close. Will she come with a weapon? I doubt it. Her range attack will most likely be a rock throw. If I'm guessing, like what Hawk has. Maybe they'll change it up. But I expect it to be like with Hawkeye and Kate. They'll play differently, but they're going to have similarities in their kits, because it's kind of unavoidable, because they're both functionally the same character, the same type of character. with the same abilities. Grips of the Storm, this whole event. So that's why I've been grinding this event. That's why I'm specifically looking for the God roll. All the Tachyon Surge stuff. Normally you can get it from the Tachyon Rifts and the Monica villain sector, but the odds are really low, which is why you need an event like this where they're giving out the Tachyon Surge gear. Yeah, I haven't played Black Panther in a while. You let Panther use your main? Yeah, once I got Spider-Man, I abandoned Black Panther completely. I mean, I abandoned him before because I just didn't think he was that good. But yeah, once I got Spider-Man, I was like, yeah, this is what I was looking for. And Xbox, you don't have them? Yeah, I'm bad. That picks out the legendary version. Yeah. Same exact piece. Stats are going to roll higher. Do they have an exotic version of all gear? Currently, no. Hate the fact that the game is played at rank. Yeah, unless you're certain characters like Thor or the Incredible Hulk, got to do that range. Cap. The thing about Cap is the problem with Cap is not that he's bad. He's good. His melee is great in most circumstances. It's just, you know, when it gets trickier when you hit a boss fight like like a super adaptoid or a claw. I think BP is the best design DLC character. Best design in what way? Like aesthetically, in terms of how he looks. Because they basically built him with the intent of being a melee character, but obviously he's better at range. But in terms of DLC characters just designed to be ranged, I think Spider-Man blows him completely out of the water. Not even close. $196. Let's go. All right. Cap shield throw is OP. Black Panther was good for something there. All right. So we upload here. Exactly in combat style. I think Spider-Man's combat is much better than Black Panther's. Even with the limitation on the web stat not working on boss. But Black Panther does have some pretty good utility in the raid as a support character because he can revive people with his ultimate. That's very useful. All right, let's go for this guy roll. Get this guy roll. Yeah. First attempt. What do you think in chat? First attempt. God roll. Just walk off. God roll. I'm gonna cheese as much as possible. All right, so that's one memory fragment, 197. That hell no. Oh, someone has no faith. All right, so that's 198. None of them dropped a fragment, really. Get over here. There we go. Okay, the RNG guys be in your favor. All right, so we're going to back out. Budget your challenge level sometimes automatically. The default challenge level of the game is 2. So that's probably what it is. game doesn't believe you when you say you're playing on challenge Thor. They're like, nah, you probably want an easier time. All right, so we're at, all right, so we set the backup save so that we're at 99 fragments. That's the only thing we need. We need one more fragment in order to complete the whole red room mission chain and get the exotic. This will make the farming as easy as possible. Assuming it's saved properly. Yep. 199. All right, here we go, chat. First attempt at the god roll. Let's see if I get the god roll. So right now, I need Grips of the Storm with the targeted buff. I have it with proficient buff. I want it with the targeted buff. And I still want, you know, a good stat roll. Valor precision would be lovely. Let's see if I could get the god. Only need one fragment. None of them dropped the frag. There's the frag. I got it for all my heroes. For those that were saying having, if you want the gear, get it in the, if you want the drop, get it in the lowest, put it in the lowest spot. Put the gear piece with the lowest power level, and it'll drop for that slot. As you see, I'm looking for Grip to the Storm, range slot. Range piece is 150. Lower than everything else. And I got my range drop. I got my drop for the event in the melee slot. So confirmation, it does, the method that Trick showed does not work for everybody. You know, all your heroes now. That's how it was originally supposed to work for all the events. But for some reason, they started doing it. They started having events where after they started recycling the event, for some reason, people were not getting the drop for all the heroes at the end. It definitely does work, except for me showing it that it definitely doesn't. Cool. Y'all put the piece on. Y'all literally showed me do the whole thing. You literally showed me do the whole thing. You saw what they were saying in the chat, right? They were like, oh, you're not going to get it in the range slot because you have it because you have your range slot is 159. So you're not going to get it in that slot. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll show you. I'll put it just like what Trick showed. You make it the lowest in the slot so that you can get so that it'll drop there. I did that and it drops in the melee slot. All right, so how about this? Explain correctly how it works, and then I'll do it again on stream. That's what I'm saying. Stop telling me I'm not doing it right, because I did, but okay, for the sake of argument, I didn't do it right. Tell me how to do it correctly instead of saying I'm not doing it right, because I followed someone's chat instructions specifically and it didn't work. So you tell me how it works, and then I'll do it. I'm not going to argue about it. Just literally tell me, and then I'll do it. We got the backup save all going. We can do this. We can do this over and over again. Now it's saying it goes based off inventory. With that's not. Now we're going to stuff that wasn't even tricked in the original video. You said the max power drop you got in a slot has to be lower than the others. So yeah, lower than the others, right? Lower than the others. 150, 156, 159, 156, 160, 160. So what is the correct way to do it? Simplify it. I'm trying to get it in the range slot. What does this number have to be compared to all the other ones? I did it at 150. For example, you have a 150 character. You want the 2 and 4 slot in a red room. You play the OLT. You play the OLT and saves gum until the power drop are 1 and 3. That doesn't make any sense. How do I set this up right now so that the roll will drop, so that it will drop in the range slot? You only get 1 drop. You saw that. I don't get 2 drops. I don't get 2 drops on this. I just did it. The range slot was 150, lower than all the others. I got 1 drop, and it was in the slot 1. You don't get 2. You get 1 drop, 1 exotic drop. So what does this have to be in order for me to get the red room exotic to drop here? What does this power level have to be? Simplify it. What does this power level have to be? I have gear in different power levels. What does this specific thing have to be in order for it to drop? It's a reroll. I know it's a reroll, but I'm being told I'm doing it wrong. So I'm telling you, so I'm asking how to do it. What do I have to change it to right now in order to get it to drop? Kevin, I don't know if you just popped in, but I'll say it again. Don't tell people they're not doing it right when they're following, especially when they've been following the instructions and proving that what was told to them doesn't work. So instead of saying y'all doing it wrong, answer the question I've asked it 6 times now. What does this gear piece have to be in order for me to get a exotic drop in the red room? Don't say you're not doing it right again. That's dead. What does this power level have to be? No, you didn't, Joe. You told me something about the OLT and save scumming until I get the 1 and a 2 to drop. I'm telling you, for this red room event, you get 1 exotic drop. 1. You're saying in order to guarantee that the 1 exotic drops in the slot 2, I have to what? Have the slot 2 that's currently equipped be lower power level than all the others, correct? Is that correct? In that case, what does this power level have to be on this piece right here? It should be simple. What does this piece have to be? What power level should I make this piece to get the drop? I'm making it as clear as possible. What specifically does this power level have to be? And I'll change it right now. What does it have to be to get that drop? It should be a very simple question to answer. What does that have to be? You can't do that. So Kevin, completely useless. You can exit from the conversation. All right. He says make sure the others are the same, and the heroic piece needs to be lower. Okay, so obviously that's wrong. So you can't just move gear around, so it's lower. Put all your gear, put your highest gear on, see which slots are lowest. If they're not what you want, you have to get power drops until it's right. So that literally makes no sense. You see that, right? So he's saying, I can't make it lower by equipping. I have to equip I have to equip the highest gear that I have in every slot. And then I have to farm for a piece of gear that's lower than the slot that I want, and then equip it. That literally makes no sense. If you can't change the drops by equipping and unequipping the gear, then it doesn't work. It's random. I know which ones are highest. Which ones are highest are literally whichever ones you have that are high. Someone's trying to explain to me. So Trix had a method where when you're farming the red room, you're save scumming to make it go a little faster. He said you can guarantee that the gear piece will drop in the slot that you want if you have a piece of gear equipped in that slot that's lower than the others. And he said it doesn't always work, but I'm being told I'm doing it wrong, even though I'm literally doing it right and doing exactly what everyone's saying. He can't explain how I'm doing it wrong, just that I'm doing it wrong. I'm supposed to equip all my highest piece, right? All my highest gear. So my highest range slot piece is 159. My highest This is as high as it goes for all of my slots. It's high as here. This is my highest gear equipped. I'm trying to get the exotic in the slot 2. Correct. So by your explanation, in order to guarantee that the red room will drop me a piece in the slot 2, I have to play the OLT, get a range piece that is less than 159, which will be 150, and then equip it instead of literally doing this. I have to go to the OLT and get a new piece just to do this. So you can't untie the 1 in the 4 or higher. You can literally just do the, so which is it? So they have to all be the same. You're saying they all have to be the same power level except for the 1 slot that you wanted for? To clarify, you're saying they have to be the same power level, all of them. If your 2 and 3 are 159 right now, 1 and 4 need to be 162. So in order for this to allegedly work, it has to be they all have to be equally. So they all have to be equally. No, they don't have to be equal. They all have to be higher in power level. So I have to. Okay, so I have to farm the red room. So I have to play the elite raid, right? And I have to get a piece from the elite raid in the 1 in the 4 slot that is higher than 159. So then, hypothetically, if I do this, let's say for the sake of argument, I get 2 161 pieces. The 161 piece goes into slot 1. The 161 piece goes into slot 4. So that means I have a 161 here, 161 here, 159 here, and 159 here. So then I would have to equip a lower power level piece or just leave it. Or would I also need to get something for the slot 3 as well? Because then the slot 3 is going to be even with the slot 2. So they don't have to be even, and you don't. So by your own explanation, they don't have to be even, and the slot that you want doesn't even have to be lower than the others. Use this game was like Spider-Man Civil. I hate to break it to Joe, but It was complete it was complete RNG. I'm sorry to say it. It's complete RNG. This does not work. I'm sorry to tell you, this does not work. So this is how you actually do it. you play the red room. You position it so that you only have to do one simple thing in order to finish the mission chain. And then you hope you get lucky. It's literally RNG. You only got even number power gear. This time it dropped in the slot. This time it dropped in the slot 3. Okay. Slot 3. Not slot 2. Rinse and repeat. Do you have to play with your console at a 37-degree angle while on one foot while only using your left thigh? Oh, of course. That's what was missing. I was wondering why it wasn't. I'm using both eyes and I'm playing at a 70-degree angle. They give us this goofy roadmap. They did not. Here is 37.6. All right, let's try this again. So far, we got the slot 1 and the slot 3. You bet we'll see the roadmap this Wednesday or Thursday. I can guarantee you will not. Do not set yourself up for that kind of disappointment. What's up, YSL? The only way it works is if you see a brown rat in the background on the loading screen. All right, this one dropped in the slot 4. I would say roadmap would be before end of March. So most likely 20 to 20. Everyone's guessing, but I'll tell you this, that I think because they said that it was going to come out in early 2021, I mean early 2022, people were basically like, okay, so if we're going by that, that means early 2022 ends when March ends, basically. So they basically have until the end of March to produce a roadmap before they have to announce that the roadmap is delayed. If that indeed is what happened. What bugs did they fix a couple days ago? I don't know any that were fixed. If you're talking about the last patch that they dropped. How do you obtain Circle of the Thunderer? Circle of the for the rat. We have talk about Girdle of the Thunderer. Talk about this one. You have to, unfortunately, play Last Avenger Standing, which is probably the least fun mission in the whole game. "15 floors of boring, repetitive hive, and at the end of it, you might get an exotic. You might." Yeah, like a boss fight. Yeah, so, I mean, something. I'd have to throw crossbones in there. No rat, no peace. They can't fix. How did the roadmap go from being shown in December to possibly delayed in March? So if they were, so here's how it had to have happened. If the roadmap was in a position where they could tell a Forbes journalist that it was going to be out in by the end of 2021, that means either something on the roadmap got delayed unexpectedly. Or Square Enix told them not. Breaking farm for a targeted expert buff. Doesn't exist. Any Vibranium or Sonic gear only be farmed in Wakanda. Vibranium gear does not come with targeted buff. You basically need, I think you get a faultless buff. But the faultless buff on the raid gear is supposed to give you the faultless buff. You know, you would think on the range, but it only works on melee. What color controller do I have? I have the basic white controller that comes with the PS5. I didn't get anything fancy. Never get Sonic or Vibranium. It is pure RNG. Eventually, everyone gets everything when it comes to the Sonic and Vibranium gear. Why is all the gear from the raid Valor Precision? It's not. If you play Wakanda, then the gear that drops in the slot 2, if you're just getting corrupted Vibranium, then in the slot 2, you're only going to get precision, proficiency, or intensity. If you play the raid, you can get either Valor, precision, might, or resilience. It's all RNG. I would love Valor, precision, and resolve on my raid pieces, depending on what character I'm farming. It does not always work out that way. Like, I got this discordant battle plate for Thor, but it only has resilience and Valor, no precision. Might, Valor, precision, resilience, Valor. It's RNG. They don't care about Xbox. Well, that is true, but I'm pretty sure it's bad luck. But you're definitely right about the not caring about Xbox. They definitely took that Spider-Man money and were like, Xbox too. Oh y'all. Oh, don't worry, y'all get Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, but Spider-Man gonna go over here. So enjoy that. Yeah. What? You want Spider-Man? You got Black Panther. What? Why you playing? You're gonna get She-Hulk someday. Don't worry, Xbox. You'll get She-Hulk someday. You know, Spider-Man will just be over here.
Want to go do some good? So, you think you can do us a favor on this one?
They put the game on Game Pass good enough. Yeah, they did.
Welcome. Hey, I promise I won't stare too much. You're just so gosh darn amazing. Oh darn. Maybe next time.
Maybe someday. Someday you'll get somebody else. See if there's anything good at the vendor. Spider-Man was said to be exclusive before the game launch, right? Yeah, before the game launched, but after pre-orders were live. Yeah, pre-orders were live. And they were like, Spider-Man's coming to PlayStation. I'm looking for a particular piece for Spider-Man. I want to replace my slot 4 with a piece that has Wrecking Ball Assistant. I gotta dig. I care about talking about Panther and begging for other characters. Oh, that's good. That's good. Because it won't be a while. I don't know when She-Hulk is dropping, but it won't be a little bit. Been a while already. Xbox hasn't gotten a new character since August. Xbox will always be the better console in your imagination, correct? There's always a 10% discount on credits on Xbox. Well, that's good. Want to make sure Xbox players are hopping those recolors. That 10% is clutch though. You can use that 10% to get this Spider-Man No Way Home skin. Xbox players. Oh wait. You can't.
Hey, looky here. Really?
My mistake. 7 to 8 months since Xbox got a character. Which was motivated to play this game more like it's usually a random thing. Like, oh, I don't even feel like farming anymore. I'm already bored with the RNG. Now I'm just trying to see if I could at least get something good on Spider-Man. I'm already over the Red Room. Now I'm trying to get that piece for Spider-Man. People who argue over consoles need to grow up. People who actually argue, sure. People who don't understand that most of this is a joke definitely need to have some relaxation, perhaps in the form of pharmaceutical. Faultless payload. Why the stats have to crash?
Yes, I see. I'll stay away too long.
The thing that most people need to understand about the whole console war thing, obviously people that actually take it seriously shouldn't, but you shouldn't discourage it either. You need the console wars. Both Xbox players and PlayStation players need for Microsoft and Sony to be perpetually competing against each other.
There are people in trouble.
Like I have fun because I think it's funny, but also I recognize and it does make me laugh when Xbox players think I'm actually serious and get like triggered and like think it's very funny, but you need it because when there's competition between companies, we the customers are the ones that benefit. If PlayStation was the best, well, it is, but if PlayStation was the best on the market and there was no one even close, like they had a whole monopoly, say, on game, like they had a whole monopoly on the console gaming market, Sony would have no incentive to make a better product because they would have a monopoly. There would be no competition. Why would they push to get better and listen to customer feedback and all that other stuff if they have no competition? Same if it was Microsoft in, you know, some alternate universe where they came out on top. So you need both. You need both to be competing against each other at the top of the game so that they're constantly innovating and trying to make the best product for their customers. When there's no competition, you get a bunch of games like Madden. Exactly. Like NBA 2K is basically more or less the same game every year. But they don't have a reason to be anything more than that because there's no other basketball game that's challenging them. NBA Live is dead. They don't even make the game anymore. So if you want a console basketball game, you got to play NBA 2K. Without that competition, 2K doesn't have to innovate. They can just make the game incrementally better every year and call it a day. So maybe the console war stuff may irritate you, but you should be grateful for it. Because as long as Xbox and PlayStation are competing against each other, both sides are going to be getting amazing products. Not making NBA Live hurt your heart. It did. I used to love NBA Live. That was it was the best. It was the best. It was legit the best. Same with Madden. I stopped playing Madden in like 2006, but there used to be a lot of football games
Greetings, Avengers.
when I was growing up.
Intel has
You had
identified the location
you had
of the
Madden,
shield vault.
you had NFL Game Day,
In the area.
you had NBA 2K, NFL 2K when the Dreamcast dropped. You know, then with for basketball, you know, you had NBA Live, which was, you know, the GOAT. And then you had, you know, NBA, you had, you know, niche stuff like NBA Jam and NBA Street. And then NBA 2K came along with the Dreamcast, and you know, they started going at them every year until NBA Live just fell completely off.
Shield frequency when you get close to its location. Scout out the area ahead of you to locate it.
Never played a sports game? They're trash and boring. I completely disagree with you, but every game isn't for everybody. Like if you're a person who loves sports, then you definitely rock with sports games if they're good. But if sports never really appeal to you, then yeah, really no reason for you to want to pick up a sports game. What's up, Jazzy Butters? Appreciate you stopping through. Had all the EA big versions of sports games. Those are fun. I hope NBA Live comes back one day. The culture needs 2 dominant basketball games, at least. For the record, I'm not farming for units because I don't need units. I'm farming for a slot 4-piece for Spiderman. More sweat and thriller means more progress. NBA 2K. They're not wrong. Did you see how Zion was sweating in the 2K22 trailer? The best sweat I've ever seen in a video game. Now 2K22 is actually good up until I quit because the game was literally unplayable on my console because the servers kept going down. And I was trying to play rec and park at 10 FPS, and I was like, you know what, as much money as I spent on this game, I'm gonna call it. Because the servers was my exact same complaint in 2K20. Then I took a year off, top 2K22, and I'm still dealing with the servers. I'm like, I'm out. Was Battlefield launch worse than Cyberpunk? Definitely not. Cyberpunk is hands down the worst launch of a game in history. Like it can't compare because because of the scale. Like Cyberpunk was a game that was in development and was hyped up for a decade. I mean, they moved what, like 10 million units just on pre-orders. Like this was a historically massive game. And for it to come out unplayable after all that, it was just people couldn't fathom or having a hard time just comprehending how it happened. And then on top of that, you had the expose article that looked behind the scenes at CD Projekt Red and uncovered how, you know, they were mistreating the devs and they were intentionally lying to the gaming press and consumers, even to the stores themselves, and manipulating footage, just trying to give the impression that the game was a lot further along and playable than it was. So I don't think anything's topping that launch, at least yet, not yet. How in the world do you delay a game so many times? Yeah, based on the article, it seemed like the problem was that they actually spent more time trying to hide the fact that the game wasn't ready than actually trying to get the game ready. If that makes sense. That's essentially what was going on. Like the game, like the devs are already crunching to try to get the game out without having to delay it again. And then they would be forced to spend, like, I think in one instance they had to spend months putting together a fake gameplay demo that they can present at a showcase to make it seem like the game was running smoother than it was. Like, it wasn't even a representation of actual gameplay. They had to actually just fabricate it. And that took months of development time that could have been spent, you know, actually fixing the game and getting it ready. Players can sue them. So I know they got contacted by their country's government and were investigated for fraud. Customer wise, the customers were able to get refunds. That was basically the compensation for the customers. Anyone that wanted a refund got the refund. But yeah, it was historically bad. Cyberpunk. I do remember that era in Avengers history. People on the Reddit were like, "Oh man, Assassin's Creed Valhalla's about to drop. Cyberpunk's about to drop. Avengers is over. It's done. No more Avengers. Once Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Cyberpunk drops, it's over. No one's gonna be playing this game. Everybody's gonna be playing Cyberpunk." There was Cyberpunk, and Cyberpunk happened. You had Avengers players like trolling the Cyberpunk players for once. They were having a lot of fun with that, but how the tables have turned. Cyberpunk now has somehow a favorable view among the press. After their latest update, even though they didn't actually add any content. And Avengers is still waiting for that roadmap. It's amazing what actually updating your game can do for you know, your reputation. Make the game work. Amazing update. Exactly. Literally hey, we just dropped this banging new update for Cyberpunk. It's a next gen upgrade that makes the game work like it was supposed to on launch day. Oh, Cyberpunk is back. Oh, oh, the Avenger killer. To be fair, they added some content. Your love interest can send you nudes, can text you nudes now. So that's up. What's up, Snitch Ridiculous? Let's not forget Cyberpunk was pulled off the PlayStation market because it was unplayability. Technically, like I don't want to give Sony credit for that. Technically, they were not pulled off the PlayStation Store because of how bad the game was. They were pulled because they promised refunds in the PlayStation Store without telling PlayStation first.
We've been hearing whispers about an experimental dreadbot. My team just
because you know Sony don't like giving out refunds in that store.
There's been a new development.
That's never good.
They've spotted watchdogs in the area.
Does your package size have any impact on the story? I have no idea. I've still to this day never played Cyberpunk. Don't forget that top on lipstick they added. Oh fact. They got some new lipstick. They got some new looks for your apartment.
But you know that's a pretty big us, so
Cyberpunk had to run it from the IRS and failed.
I'm guessing that's not a campfire.
Totally.
You know, Avengers obviously isn't setting the world on fire with their update.
So everything's on fire. Did we
But the March patch 2.3, at least it on paper at least sounds like it could definitely improve the game significantly on the day-to-day basis. Again, depending on one, if it works, and two, the rest of the details. Because they're being kind of vague on some of the other bullet points on that on those patch notes. Little vague. But the checkpoint system for the raid, the rework for vaults and villain sectors, definitely a good thing. Where are those black hairstyles on Cyberpunk? Does Cyberpunk not have black hairstyles either? Jesus. I understand Elden Ring not having black hairstyles because why would they care about black people? But not even Cyberpunk had the black hairstyles. March update is the we're listening update. It definitely seems that way because they all going through those patch notes. I see just a bunch of stuff that players were asking for. This is not going to work. There's going to be something wrong with checkpoints. You don't know that, Tricks. It's not that it's not going to work. It's that it's going to work in a way that you're going to be able to exploit somehow. And then you're going to make a video about it. And then depending on how effective it is and the nature of it, you might get another ban. And players are going to be posting on Reddit how Tricks Ridiculous is ruining the game. That's pretty much what's going to happen. Tricks is going to speedrun that second ban. Gotta go late in the UK. Appreciate you.
Hey, it's those
I got you.
aliens I'm talking about.
That seems to be the most obvious to me. Like, I feel like there's definitely going to be some kind of exploit with those checkpoints. That seems the most obvious. Either the checkpoints aren't going to reward gear, or you're going to be able to exploit them somehow. So Superior Knight. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Chat, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know if that checkpoint system gonna work. I feel like somebody like Tricks. I mean, keep it a buck. They're gonna be able to exploit it. I ain't lying. If you can just keep redoing the Spire Boss for a drop, that would be. Imagine. How's the homecoming suit? I mean, it's the homecoming suit. Fine. Fine. You know the vibe. When we're going to have a promotion in the marketplace? Pretty sure they already did. You might have. I know they had one like a few weeks ago. They also cut a bunch of stuff. I don't know if y'all noticed. I saw people were noticing that a bunch of skins seem to be missing. And they're like, what's going on? Why are all these skins missing from the market? It's not a bug. It is working as intended. They're testing something about a less cluttered marketplace by moving some of the less desirable items that weren't selling that well out, seeing how effective it would be. Basically they removed a bunch of recolors that were ugly and people weren't buying because it was kind of like clogging up the marketplace, and it was kind of a bad look. But they said it's just temporary and something they're testing. All right, YouTube, see you soon. When does the patch drop? It has no release date. When are we doing a do-rag skin? You're gonna have to ask the Avengers Illuminati. I've been campaigning for a do-rag T'Challa skin for literally months, and they still ain't dropped it. Let's make it less clear by removing a few things that are buried behind 3-click. Leader front page look like a mobile game. You don't know, Tricks. Maybe they could just be making room for all the new comic accurate skins they're about to drop. You don't know. Comic accurate skins take up a lot of room. Yeah, it's hard to get this piece in the targeted buff. Tail fixes on the do-rag will cause the game to crash if there's more than one BP do-rag's been active. That's the thing. The tail could just be stiff. Just flap a little bit, kind of like a Black Widow's ponytail. And it wouldn't have to go, past the shoulders. They can make it work. think they have I think they have headbands in the game. So it shouldn't be too hard to convert to flip that asset into a durag.
All right, Hank, what's this about a new mech? We've been
After they brutally curb stop Superior Iron Man, your only hope is the accurate Extremis Iron Man. You tell him, Jazzy.
Some of my people are waiting at the rendezvous point.
Personally, whenever I hear a Iron Man player complaining about skins, I just do this. Oh, you're an Iron Man main, and you didn't get the skin you wanted? Oh. Oh.
Getting more powerful, aren't they? Seems like they're everywhere.
Nobody's trying to stop them, except us. But you know that's a pretty
Infinity War suit.
I think we've got a chance.
Totally.
Bro, all Iron Man suits look the same in the MCU.
I'm guessing that's not a campfire.
Except for Spicy Boys. Except for I think Iron Man, was it Iron Man, the briefcase suit. That suit is just an abomination. Everything else looks the same. How did Iron Man getting all the skins? Iron Man has enough skins. Bro, look, bro. Every yellow and red Iron Man suit, I'm just looking at like, I don't care, bro. This looks the same. Like, oh man, look at that in-game Iron Man skin. It's so cool, but I really want that Infinity War Iron Man skin that looks almost exactly the same. No, I want that first Avenger Iron Man skin that also looks almost exactly the same. The best one is this comic book Iron Man skin that also looks exactly the same. Bro, it's so different. This one has a thing on the sleeves, and that one doesn't. It's totally different. Inside Source says they're working on Hulk Ragnarok. Source, trust me, bro. No, High Ruler put himself on the. What did High Ruler say? He said, "Guarantee this week's MCU skin is 2012 Hawk." So put that on High Ruler. Civil War cap and Age of Ultron cap, bro. Crack, bro. Oh my god, I can't wait for the Civil War cap. Civil War cap, that skin is trash. I want the Age of Ultron cap. There's like two differences in the design, but they're totally different. Seems like Hulk hasn't gotten a skin forever. That's because he hasn't. MCU skins were introduced into the game, I believe it was May 2021 was the premiere of the Red Room Takeover, and they rolled out the in-game skins. Hulk got his endgame suit, and that was literally it. Literally the only difference between both movie outfits is that Age of Ultron cap is a lot more color on it, has white sleeves than Civil War. 2012 Hulk is just Hulk with tan shorts. Now what is it? Hold on. Hold on, let me find it real quick. 2012. Bruh, if they release this skin next week, I'm gonna laugh my head off. You know why Hulk doesn't get skins in the MCU? This is 2012 Hulk. This is already in the game. Just one of the shorts in the game is longer than the other one. They aren't evenly spaced out in terms of their rippage and length. What's good, LR? This is 2012 Hawk. Here's a better look. This is 2012 Hawk. Y'all ready to drop 14 bucks on this? Like if they don't change the proportions, if they don't change how his body physically looks, this is already in the game. Ain't no way people are dropping $14 if it's literally the current in-game Hawk. Like, no, ain't no way. Ain't no way. You're addicted to Elden Ring. Controls take hours to get used to, but God, the game is massive. Are the controls hard? I thought it was literally just dodge and attack. Is that the main and the recolor next to it slightly darker? This is literally it. This is literally his looks in 2012. Would you pay $14 for this? Yeah, Harry might, because you know it's Harry. But even Harry might be like, he'll have to be kicking and screaming. Absolutely ain't no way. I'm dropping I'm dropping money on that. Rather see them do any comic book for Hulk than the MC one. Big facts. He's got some comic book looks. Go for that. Give him something from the comic. Matter of fact, where is this? They gave us something like this. Like they don't got to just make this MCU the game. We got comic book fits that go hard. How about this? I throw up some bread for this. I throw up some bread for this one. One-to-one accurate if they gave us that one. Little something like this. Like it doesn't have to just be simple. Change Hawk's pants. Call it a day. You want Winter Soldier cap, yellow green Hydra comics. Yep. They could do the Umbra effect on the hands of the blood. Would be hype. Say after the Hawkeye update drop, comic skins are basically done for until we got Catwolf and AI armor. Yeah, I don't even get why. Like it's not like there aren't popular comic book looks that like people would buy this stuff. It's not just MCU. I can't wait for these to drop. I'm looking for it. I'm looking forward to these. Let me find a better picture of it. Captain America Civil Wars. I know there's gonna be people hyped for these. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah. So new, so different. And easy on Crystal Dynamics. All they gotta do is make the Age of Ultron cap and then just turn the saturation off. Turn down the saturation and they got Civil War cap. It's a matter of saturation. But we can't get a comic accurate Hulk skin. Okay. You would mind them re-releasing Ultimate Iron Man with a better helmet? You think we will get Scarlet Witch? That depends on how long you think Avengers will last. If you think Marvel's Avengers will be producing content in 2023, then there is a high chance of Scarlet Witch and or Doctor Strange coming to the game. If you think Avengers is done at the end of this year, then there is no chance. Because we already know the hero that they have planned for this year.
And it's gone. How about you sleep this one off?
That's our armor for Iron Man. That would be cool. There are a lot of cool things they could do. But right now they seem obsessed with the MCU. Oh, that rhymed. She-Hulk is so mid. Don't disrespect She-Hulk, our queen. What's up, Vision? Didn't they do a classic Hawkeye? Or was it Ultimate? No, it was Ultimate. No, yeah, they did a inspired by for Ultimate Hawkeye. Inspired, emphasis on inspired by. I'll put I'll show you the inspiration. This is the inspiration. Ultimate Hawkeye. Expectation versus reality. Pretty close, right? There's there's a resemblance. There's some resemblance. Looks just as cool. Where was the classic Hawkeye? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's right. I don't know. I think they did a good. I don't know. It looked pretty. This looks pretty close. I don't know. Bro looks just like it. These are bro. These are identical. Have Panther Gamer. Bro, literally just the saturation. The classic suit from the comics is the picture on Amazon. And the game is what you look like after you put it on. Which one is the game? That's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all just being negative for no reason. Looks just like it. I don't know. I don't know why y'all be hating. That is 1-to-1 comic accuracy. Why do Kate Bishop and Miss Marvel have the worst skins in the game? Well, Miss Marvel, because she's new, is kind of getting, well, not even like Miss Marvel's, she's new, but a lot of her stuff is like pretty accurate. She has some decent stuff. I wouldn't put her in the same category as Kate. Obviously, she doesn't have MCU stuff because she's not an MCU. She's not even in the MCU yet, but got some heat. Backwoods is good. Karachi is actually comic accurate and good. Future Guardian is good. These aren't like Kate's are bad. The problem with Kate is that found out the backwood I'll be smoking them backwoods. The problem with Kate is that she's relatively new, but they didn't want to they didn't want to go too hard for some reason. Like they got her iconic one pretty well. But then the censors at Crystal Dynamic were like, well, you know, we don't want Kate showing too much skin, so we're just gonna give her weird stuff. Because we can't have our female characters look too attractive, so we got to tone it down a little bit. But she doesn't have a ton of bad ones. She just doesn't get skins off. Like the Young Avengers, okay. It's just it would have been better if it was actually, you know, 1-to-1. Her hoodie fits aren't bad. They just recolored to death. Hawkingbird, trash, but you know that's another one where they didn't recreate the comic look because, you know, censors. Yeah, this is trash. And these are just recolors of the Crystal Dynamics iconic one. Trailblazers not bad. It's like she has good skins. It's just she doesn't get anything new. They didn't want to Kate show skin, so instead they made Cap shirtless. Exactly. That's how equality works. You can't show off too much of Kate's stomach because that would be bad. But you can just make Captain America shirtless because that's how that works. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a stream. I don't even feel like farming anymore, so I'm gonna call it. But thanks for dropping by on a Sunday. I'll see you guys next week. Definitely check out Doomkiller HD. He's doing his Excelsior Now podcast tonight, so go over there and support my man. ! Doom if you're not following him already. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. I'm Sadot the Gamer, signing out.